How's it going, everybody? Andy McCullough from the Los Angeles Times here with Bill Shaikin, also from the Los Angeles Times, and we are here to tell you that the Dodgers are back. They're in third place, but they're back. I guess, I don't know. The Dodgers were 4.5 games out like 5-6 days ago, and they are going into a big series with the Arizona Diamondbacks, 4 games here at Dodger Stadium, and they are only 1 game back. So things are looking up, I guess, right, Shake?
Yeah, I mean, I was never too good at math, but 1 game out seems like a lot better than 4.5 games out when you're going into a 4-game series. So, you know what? You go 4.5 games out, you get swept, your season's over.
Yeah.
1 game out doesn't go so well. Yeah, it's not great, but you still got a pretty good chance.
It's almost over. If they lose all 4, they're in some trouble. But then I thought they were pretty much done like 5 days ago, so who knows? So the Dodgers, right, they played 5 games against bad teams. They played the San Diego Padres, played Texas Rangers. Those teams stink. They won all 5. Meanwhile, the D-backs had some rough games against the Mariners and the Giants, and so the deficit has really decreased. But along the way, the Dodgers were kind of reminded of one of their biggest lurking issues going into this series is they don't exactly know what they're going to get from Kenley Jansen.
They don't. I mean, here's the guy who's been their 3-time All-Star closer, and the way the Dodgers have built their bullpen over the last few years, it's been, we know we can experiment with everybody else because
Right.
Kenley's back there to save us.
Right.
And when Kenley was on the disabled list, we saw what happens when they pull that house of cards apart, and
Right.
he's not at the bottom of the deck anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and that was like kind of a disastrous stretch of games that kind of put them in the position they're in now where they're fighting from underneath. At the same time, though, since Jansen's come back from the disabled list after having his heart issue, he's given up runs in all 4 appearances. He gave up 3 homers in 3 consecutive outings. Came back after a couple-day layoff in Texas, did not particularly pitch well. There was movement on the cutter, but no real location. Before there was no movement, no velocity. It's just been a real struggle, and they're facing a team here in Arizona who there won't be the margin for error that there was against the Padres or the Rangers.
And if you want to say, okay, Kenley's not been up to his usual self, maybe the Dodgers want to either give him a few days off or maybe pitch him in the middle innings to take some of the pressure. Well, then that becomes a question of, well, who do you go to in the 9th inning?
Right.
I don't know that they have an answer to that.
No, I mean, they gave Kenta Maeda a shot at it last night. He got the save, but they had a 3-run lead. He gave up a run. He looked shaky. He didn't have command of his fastball or his secondary stuff, and he admitted afterwards that, the 9th inning is different than all the other ones. Closer mentality is real, folks. I know. Just go like this if you're on Fangraphs right now. But they've had issues with, they used Scott Alexander in that spot. They've used Dylan Floro in those spots. They've used Maeda, and the results have been mixed. And that's, one of the things, as you said, with Jansen is they could build this bullpen knowing that he would be sort of the net to catch everyone, and they don't have that right now. And so it makes it, it really puts a lot of pressure on the starting pitching and the offense, 2 strengths of this team. The starting pitching is really the strength of this team, but it puts the pressure on those 2 units kind of carry them through.
Yeah, and if you say, well, the Dodgers are bound for October, which people here like to think, now they are in 3rd place as the series starts, but okay, let's say they're bound for October. What's their bullpen going to look like in October? They have no idea. It's not just that we have no idea, they have no idea. Kenley, depends what you get. I think Scott Alexander will be there. I don't think any of us have even heard of Caleb Ferguson at the start of the season. They're trying starters now, maybe Maeda, maybe Stripling. They just don't know, and as Andy mentioned, the starting pitching's been really good, but it's designed so that none of those starters really go long. So really, other than Clayton Kershaw, you're not going to get to October if you get there and say, oh, this guy's going to give us 7 and we'll just patch the 8th inning and we'll have Kenley for the 9th.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, though, if in this next month, because they have protected the starters for so long. I mean, Rich Hill hasn't thrown 100 innings yet this year, and he's a guy who's always willing to go an extra inning or 2 and when they take him out. I will be curious to see, especially in this month when they're pushing through, if they try and push, Kershaw, Hill, Buehler, Alex Wood into like maybe the 7th inning in spots where they've taken him out before. So Bill's phone's ringing.
I'd like to thank my 8-year-old daughter for that. Disney Now, ladies and gentlemen.
We have stuff to do, but thank you for watching. You can read all the coverage in the pages of the LA Times and at latimes.com/Dodgers. Have a good one.